So I had an interesting day yesterday. We tried to get the title transferred over to us. Turns out some paperwork was done incorrectly. We're going to have to go all the way back down to Colorado Springs to get that sorted out. And so that was a little grumpy. But then we went to go get some new tires on the front of the RV. Which, here, let me show you. They're good tires, but the wheels look ugly. But yeah, so we got new tires on the front. The back ones needed done, but not as badly as the front needed. So while we were at the tire place, as soon as they were done, they pulled it around front, and there was a big giant puddle underneath the RV. And got in it. We were going to pull it off to the side to see what it was. Check the radiator. Radiator was fine, whatever. Because they thought it was cool. We checked the transmission because it was blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we checked everything. Wasn't anything. But as soon as I started it up to pull it out, I had no power steering. So what we think happened is that when they jacked it up to change the tires and then put it back down, the old power steering hose just cracked and exploded all over the place and left a puddle of power steering fluid. So I drove it back home without power steering, and that was okay. I parked it in front of the house. So we put an order in for the new hose. It'll be here in a couple of days. In the meantime, we needed to back it into the driveway. And by this time it was night. And since we don't have the title and registration, I couldn't just leave it in the street. So I backed it into the driveway without power steering. And if you look, do you see that little puddle there? Yep, that's power steering fluid. And do you see that puddle? That's power steering fluid. See those puddles over there? Also power steering fluid, because I had to bring the RV out and then back it up. See all that over there? Power steering fluid. Power steering fluid. Power steering fluid. That trail up to the driveway? Power steering fluid. Kind of embarrassing. Gonna have to clean it up. So that was my adventure. I would have recorded us trying to pull it into the driveway without the power steering, but I was really, really grumpy and I didn't want to be filmed at the time. So I'm showing you the aftermath. Maybe from now on I'll just carry the camera with me at all times to catch every glorious moment. But last night did not get caught on film. So I suppose it would suffice to say that this has been a bit of an adventure constantly for like a month now. And hopefully once we get the power steering line replaced, it'll drive okay enough for us to go up to go get the windshield replaced. We were supposed to get it replaced today, but I can't drive it up without power steering. So we'll have to get the power steering line replaced, and then we can drive it up in the next town over to go get the windshield replaced. Oh. But, well, I'm headed out to lunch, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Here's the old power steering pressure line. That's where it busted. We tried to kind of patch it so we could pull it into the driveway without problems, but no. As the spewing all over the street shows us. But we got this off, and we're making a list of all the new hoses we're going to be buying. And I don't know how well we're going to be able to see this, but let's see, where is it? Right there. That's a screwdriver in the engine. Hopefully it's pretty easy to take out, but I don't know how that's gonna work. Wish us luck. Okay. So there we go.
You got it?
Got it. We're putting in the new power steering line. My husband saw somebody else put this Teflon tape on it just to help it seal a little better. So we're trying it too. And we're going to go ahead and install this sucker.
These clamps are supposed to hold this line here, and it's not quite
And you got this side where it needs to be?
lining up. Yeah, this is in the hole where it's supposed to be, but it's not lined up properly.
So here's the old line, and here's the new line, and they're, I mean, they're the same, obviously, but, you know, I think this one's going to have to be just a little bit bent to get it in the right position to where the old one was.
That's a little longer.
So we're good?
That's it.
Now I'm going to test the bad boy out. Okay. So we're putting in new power steering fluid. Or at least the rest that's in that bottle.
Should be pretty close. And we'll probably lose some when we turn it on and the pump gets going. Well, we got it to the cold line.
Okay.
But that'll go down when you
Yeah.
turn on and start steering and stuff. So, but we'll just go with that. Turn on real quick
Then put more in.
and put more in.
Okay, I'm going to start this up. Get some of that power steering fluid worked through. And we're going to air up the airbags. Oh, you can't see it. Aww. There it is. So it's low. And put it in park.
Move it where you want to move it to.
Well, it still says I have low air.
Oh, it does? Oh.
Yeah. There it goes. All right, let's see if we can do this. Still hard to turn, but it's much better. Whoops! Bye, camera! I made it. It's still hard to turn, but not even remotely as hard to turn as it was when the power steering was busted. So I think we just need to put a little bit more fluid in it and we'll be good. So we are driving the RV up to get the windshield replaced. Finally. Got the power steering fixed. Finally. So I'm looking forward to dropping this thing off and getting myself some Starbucks. We're at Starbucks across the street from the people who are installing my new passenger side windshield. So we walked over to Starbucks so that my husband could tap into the Wi-Fi and work remotely. I'm probably going to walk around and do some shopping here in a little while, and he's going to go take a class. We've been chilling here for like an hour. I'm listening to some Delta blues on Pandora while my husband works. And yeah, hopefully it won't take too long. We'll see. We just got back into the RV. This is awesome. So take a look. Here's the old side, and here's the new side. Oh my gosh, it's so different. Hopefully pretty soon we'll be able to afford to get the driver's side replaced too, but the passenger side was really, really cracked, and now it's not. Oh, it's so beautiful. All right, we're gonna go home, so